Okay, so we are still with the 2023 past question. There's another question here for us, and the question is we have to find the value of y. All these numbers have bases. So if we proceed, let's have excuse me, let's have their bases. So this is base y here, and this one is in base 10. This one is in base 10. Okay, so we have to find this y. We have to find this y in this 402y. Y is the base, equals to 101 base 10. All right, so for us to have this, we need to use the expansion method to expand what we have in the left hand side. So that will be okay. Before then, let's try to know the numbers of powers they have. This one here is 0, right? This one here will be 1. Okay, this one here will be 2. We are expanding. All right, so we start with the first digit, which is 4, and that will be 4 times the given base there is base y, right? So we now say times y. We multiply with y. Y is going to have a power, and then here is 2, so the first one is going to be 2 raised to power 2, and then we need to put them all in bracket. Put them all in brackets, and then we pick the next one. But before then, let us have our plus sign, because we are expanding. So now say plus. We pick the next number, and the next number is, of course, it says 0. So we open our bracket, and then we do the same thing to it. So that will be 0 times the given base there is base y, which we have to find. So 0 times y. We multiply 0 with y. Y is going to have a power this time, because here is 1, so that will be raised to power 1. And let's close the bracket. When we close the bracket, we pick the next, expand the next number. The next number we're going to expand is 2. Okay, so we now say plus. We're going to expand 2. Okay, let's do this. All right. Okay, let me clean it. I don't like that. Let's take it off. Let's have our plus well written out. All right, so that will be 2 times y, right? Good. What's the power? The power will be 0. So yeah, y raised to power 0. Close our bracket. Of course, everything is equal to what? Everything is equal to 101 base 10. So equals to 100. A few minutes, a few seconds. Let me change. Let's have it distinct. So yep, this is better. 101, then base 10. So we proceed, and then y raised to power 2, y times y raised to power 2, that will be y squared. So 4 times y squared, it will give us 4y squared. Good. And then we're going to bring down our plus sign. We bring down our plus sign. Y raised to power 1 is y. 0 times y will give us what? Will give us 0. Good. We proceed. Now move to y raised to power 0. Y raised to power 0, excuse me, y raised to power 0 is 1. Any number raised to power 0 is 1. So 2 times 1 will give us what? Give us 2. And then, of course, it's equal to 0. It's equal to 101 in base 10. I write it already. It's in base 10. Okay, so we are asked to find y. We collect like terms. Collecting like terms, let's drop everything that was here to remain as 4y squared, was going to remain, and then equal to the right hand side. That is, the right hand side gave us what? The right hand side is, okay, let's still maintain the color of the right hand side. All right. Okay, trying to play with colors sometimes could be daunting. 101. So we're going to move this to the right hand side. And when we move it to the right hand side, something is going to happen to the sign of equality. It's going to change. The sign of equality is going to change to -2. And of course, whether we move 0 or not, everything remains. All right, so we proceed by bringing down our 4y squared will be equal to, so 101 minus 2 will give us what? Okay, we're gonna checking this question here. This is 102, not 101. My bad, 102. So we're gonna change it. So if we've changed it to 102, so everything here is gonna change to 102, right? Yeah, everything's gonna change to 102. So now will be 102. And then here also will be 102. All right, so 102 minus 2, that will give us 100. That will give us 100. Okay, so we are looking for y, so you need to divide with the coefficients. We're going to divide by the coefficient. That's 4, so we can have y squared first, and then we proceed. Okay, so dividing by the coefficient, that is 4. Now 4 is going to cancel itself one time, and then comes here as well 1. This other 4 so it's too much. It's a 1, and then we come into 100. That will be 25 times. That will be 25 times. So currently what we have now is we have that y raised to power 2, that's y squared, is equal to 25. It's equal to 25. But we are not looking for y squared because the question we are asked for y. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. And we take the square root of both sides, to eliminate the square that we have. So taking the square root of y squared and 25, square root of y squared is what? Is y, and the square root of 25 is what? Is 5. So our correct answer to that question is 5. Let's look at it. Which option gave us? That's option number C. Option C, correct. So if you had option C, that's 5 as the answer, you're correct. All right, that was very, very simple. See you in the next example.